So this has been very long overdue. I actually blew this thing up a year ago. Flashback to when I crashed it and it blew up on the face of that jump. So a year later, finally got all the parts together. I got the cylinder fixed and repaired. This thing was smoked after it blew up. Top end gasket, fixed the bars because they were all tweaked up from the bar mounts. I should have this thing running by the end of the video. I did a full build start to finish on this thing last year. Here's a video in the corner, or it'll be linked below if you want to see it, how it got to this point. Saw the first ride out on the track, blew up on me, and I'm finally getting back to it. This thing's covered in cobwebs. I gotta clean everything up, spray out the Electron, take this off, clean everything out, because it's literally been sitting in the corner over here for the past year, and I just put it on the back burner. So I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna throw this cylinder back into the vapor honing cabinet. I'll get this re-shined up to match the rest of the engine, and we'll slap this thing back together. Alright, well, here's the moment of truth. We're gonna try and fire this thing up, see if it runs, and I put everything back together, right? Forgot how clean this bike was. These forks pop way better than any other forks that I've seen. They almost look fake in the sun, how bright the blue and like the purple is on it. Get over how good that looks. Idling on its own fine. I didn't adjust anything. Everything sounds normal. Gonna do a couple heat cycles, let it cool down, and then we should be good to go. Alright, did a couple heat cycles, sounds good, we're running around the lawn, and I think we're good to go. And I guess we're calling this first ride back on this thing. Take it easy this time, break it in a little bit more, feel it out, make sure it's good. But I'm pretty excited to ride this thing today. In the background here, we got the CR250 build going down, freshening up the frame. This thing should be back together in the next 2-3 weeks. I'm gonna start to finish build on the channel. So if you don't want to miss that, subscribe. This is going to be a giveaway bike, so stay in the lookout if you don't want to miss your opportunity to win this going to be like new CR250 here in a couple of weeks. So get everything loaded up and get out to the track. I'll grab a set of torque straps to strap the bikes down. These are the best tie downs that you can get to strap on your bikes. Torquestrap.com. I'll leave them linked below. They have this torque down technology that locks it in place, which makes it so your bike can never come unhooked, and it just gets tighter if it were to loosen. Torquestrap.com. I'll leave them linked below if you want to get yourself dialed in with a fresh set of straps this year. I'm gonna bring both bikes, that way I can go back and forth. It's been a couple weeks since I've been able to ride. We are good to go. Okay, so quickly cutting into this video, I want to thank the sponsor, Onyx Off-Road, for making this whole build possible. And Onyx Off-Road is going to help you guys find new trails to ride this summer. I'd honestly be surprised if a lot of you out there already haven't heard of Onyx Off-Road or Onyx Hunt. They have a really cool app, which I'm about to get into, that can help you find new trails to ride, whether that be with dirt bikes, snowmobiles, Jeeps, trucks, anything like that. This app can do it all and allow you to find some really cool places. So taking a look at the Onyx Off-Road app on my phone, basically once you get into the app and you sign up, and you can actually start with a free 7-day trial before you commit to anything, so you can get the rundown on the app and see how cool this actually is. So coming into the app, you can actually zoom in on the map and you can kind of pinpoint where you live maybe, or say you're traveling to a new place and you want to have new places to ride. You can click on, say for example, this spot right here. It'll pull it up. This is Pond Lick Road. It says it's accessible by 4x4s. And then scrolling down, you can kind of get a description on where you're going. It has pictures of people that have driven there or ridden there before. It has a difficulty level, and it'll give you the current weather right now. So if you want to kind of pinpoint, say you're doing a road trip and you want to have cool places to stop on the way, you can pinpoint different trails and know what you're getting into before you actually show up. So zooming out a little bit, you can actually see how many different places they have on the map that you can explore to. There's pretty much a spot everywhere you look on the map, so you're not gonna have a shortage on new places to ride. And that's a huge problem I've been having. I feel like I've maxed out and ridden everywhere I possibly can, but looking on the app, I have a lot of places I haven't actually been to that I'll be able to make new videos at. Here's another example, Piney Rail Trail. You can scroll down. This place looks pretty cool. It's an old railroad bed. It's like a cool place I can bring the side-by-side, or once I get another side-by-side eventually. Into these pictures, it looks pretty cool and somewhere new to explore, which is always fun. Riding the same thing gets boring. This is the best way to find new places to ride. And this lets you see if it's worth it to go check it out before you show up, and then maybe you're disappointed. You know exactly what you're getting into before you show up. So if you want to check out Onyx Off-Road, I'll leave it linked below in the description. You can get 20% off using code Tyler20, or if you use my link, it's automatically applied. But regardless, you should check out the 7-day free trial. The app is actually really cool once you figure out how to use it. Looking around the map, finding new places to ride kind of gets me pumped. Get out there and make new videos and find some cool spots to ride.
All right, let's see if this thing runs right. Throttle cable, whenever I turn it, it pulls funny. It's almost got to be on this other side of the front number plate. So every time I turn, it's like getting super stiff. Gotta go back and fix that. Acting a little funny though. It's almost like the cable, when I turn it, it pulls a little bit harder, but I never changed out to a new throttle cable, so it's gotta be what it is. It's just pulling funny when I turn. It seems like it's running fine in spite of a little bob. Got the feeler on this thing, came back, and I could tell it was a little loose. The shifter's about to strip the threads, and I don't have a small 8 to get in there, so hop on the 450. What are you laughing at over there? But that thing needs a little more fine tuning with the throttle cable. It's weird when you turn it, like kind of pulls a little bit. Don't really trust it. But looks cool though, that's all that matters. Back to the house, the first ride back on the KX250. Seemed to run fine. I have a new throttle cable I'm gonna throw on now to hopefully fix the issue. Maybe it's stretched out and I can't really pull it tighter anymore. There's a lot of play in the throttle. Either way, it was good to spin a couple laps on the little mini quad track. That way I knew if it was gonna blow up again on me. Next week it'll be good to go for the track and I'll have all the little things worked out. Over here I got a package from Kemimoto, their new light bar for my Ceron. That thing installed. They hooked it up with some new pegs. Peg mounts that actually drop it down. That make it super comfortable for taller riders like myself. It drops them down a couple inches. Makes the whole geometry of the Ceron feel better. I'll leave Kemimoto link below too for the peg mount dropper, the pegs, and the peg brace, which you definitely need. Get this mounted up and see how it looks. They give you instructions on how to install it. It's pretty straightforward. Just gonna put the mount onto the light bar. The light bar is gonna put out so much light. It's gonna be ridiculous. And they just give you brackets that are just gonna mount onto the handlebars. Couldn't be more easy to install this thing. And all you gotta do is just get it mounted up on your handlebars, tighten it all down. And then all you gotta do is pop this cover off, plug it into the pre-existing light that was onto your Ceron, the same connector. So it's all universal. You're not gonna have to worry about soldering or making a new connector. It's all plug and play. Pop this off, plug it in. Based on how big it is, it's gonna put out more light than the sun. So if you do a lot of night riding, this will be the way to go. We are good to go. We got the Kemimoto light bar hooked up. If you guys are in the market for a light bar for your Ceron, like I said, I'll leave it linked below and get rid of that junky stock headlight. That's a Kemimoto for hooking it up with that and the peg mounts and everything. Obviously me test this in another video, but on that, if you guys are new, subscribe, throw a like in the video, stay on the lookout for the next 2-stroke ride video. I'll actually ride this thing. I'll see you guys in the next video.